did you guys see those Taylor Swift deepfakes on X? I didn't look at them. I imagine that somebody made a deepfake picture where you could see like, Gavin told me that she was like getting like gangbanged by the Chiefs or something like that.
Yeah.
It sounds like internet would come up with it. It sounds like whoever gets caught doing that's probably going to get their life destroyed because Taylor's going to throw an arsenal of billions of dollars to put you away and make you in debt for the rest of your life and make it so you can never cross the street again without a lawsuit.
Yeah. So thank you for bringing this up, Rick. I wanted to talk about this with you the other day, Zach. And don't get me wrong, I do think it's really unfortunate for these like female celebrities or celebrities in general who are the victims of these like deep fake images and all this stuff, right? People creating fake nude images of them and stuff. The only thing I don't quite understand with all this fear mongering around the issue and all of this like intense sensitivity around it is like, this isn't actually a new thing. Like, people have, for at least my entire adult life, been making like fake nude images of celebrities. Like I remember I had this gross friend in middle school who would show me pictures of like Selena Gomez naked, and it's just like her face photoshopped onto a nude model.
Do you remember when everything stopped when we were like, and this is disgusting, but this is just proof that we were like everything, like time stopped that day on Reddit when there was the hack on iCloud where it was like, bro, you can finally see Jennifer Lawrence's tits, bro. Every chick, Heidi Klum, bro. Every chick you've ever, Scarlett Johansson, bro. Every chick you've ever. And I was like, I remember like being.
But those were real nudes.
Those were real nudes. I know, but I'm just saying that men are disgusting. Like, what the f- do you think they're going to spend their time doing? Like, I remember I was like, I was like in the hot food section, like of AMC when that all happened, and there's a dude that was an usher just comes like running and freaking out, like holding his cell phone.
For sure, but my point is just like it's not actually new to make art or fake images of celebrities that appear naked. Like I said, you could Photoshop Taylor Swift or fucking Selena Gomez's face onto a nude model. And you can make it pretty realistic if you know Photoshop decently. In fact, I would say in some cases more realistic than these AI images. Cause I don't know, bro, these AI images don't look fucking real. Come on. They look so fucking fake. You have to be 5 years old to think one of them are real, with some exceptions. You know, there's
like
some
80. It's old people that will fall for that shit.
Yeah. Speaking of fucking, it's so weird on Facebook now, you can just create like a brand new Facebook account. And your feed just weirdly gets flooded with a bunch of like borderline pornographic AI images of like enhanced females. It's so weird how this is taking over. So, but yeah, I don't know, bro. I feel like the AI stuff, it's not really that much different than what's already been around. I mean, not to mention if you're a really good artist, like you can draw a photorealistic picture of Taylor Swift doing whatever you want her to be doing. Like that's not illegal. So I do kind of find it concerning, like from a freedom of speech and like internet freedom perspective, just how much fear mongering there is over these like deep fakes and AI porn and stuff like that. I think that I also think it's kind of like the Streisand effect where it's like, I wouldn't even have known about these fucking Taylor Swift AI images if everyone hadn't been like, shut this down. This is the worst thing that's ever happened to women ever. This is disgusting and horrific and yada, yada, yada. Like, I feel like it's kind of an underground thing. Like, I don't know how many people, I don't know, maybe not though. I might be in an echo chamber or something. My point is just that I think there's a little bit too much fear mongering. I'm not going to lie. I think there's a little bit too much fear mongering. There's always been fan art in not safe for work fan art of celebrities. There's always been people that know how to use Photoshop and can create very realistic looking images that aren't real of celebrities. And I don't know, bro. It's like at the end of the day, it is a freedom of speech issue. If you want to create a fucking AI image of someone with their tits out, then it's not illegal to do that.
I think you start to get into I get where you're pointing out if you're going to use a woman with $1 billion like Taylor Swift as the example, but I don't think that's what's causing the conversation here. I think that what people are realizing is the genie's not going back into the bottle. Over the next 15, 20 years, AI deepfakes are going to get way better and they're going to get way easier to access, right? So what happens when it's not Taylor Swift or even like AOC for Fox News enjoyers? What happens when it's a 16-year-old girl that sits in your math class and a bunch of bros are spreading around an image of her getting railed, and it ruins her fucking social life? Or what about when it happened to Pokimane, who falls in the middle, right? Like Pokimane's yes, a streamer, but it was like fucking incredibly damaging to her, bro, watching her react to all of this stuff. Like she was being traumatized by the internet, and I don't think you have the right to do that to somebody. You know what I mean? So I understand where you're coming from, where there's like a freedom of speech angle angle to it. But it's also like freedom of speech doesn't give you the right to like, go out and create things that harm other people, right? Like I understand we have like really strict slander and libel laws in the United States for a reason, but I think that as this becomes more prolific, and let's take away the sexual angle of this, and let's talk about like how the general election populace, we mentioned older people, let's take the 70 plus demographic that's on the internet, right, getting a lot of their media from where Facebook. How does that impact the collective consciousness? I'm not advocating for censorship. I'm just saying these are things that we're going to have to make decisions about as a collective group. When there's really, really accurate deepfakes of Joe Biden saying that he's going to, he's actually secretly taking all of his talking points from ISIS, and that
that is very concerning to me. Yeah, that kind of shit is far more concerning to me than like Taylor Swift porn or whatever.
Well, sure, but I think if you were a young woman that was going to have your life fucking ruined, you would be more concerned with the fucking like AI deepfake. And I think that is
those people I feel terrible for. Yeah, if there's like, and I have heard about that, like some poor woman, like I think committed suicide because people were circulating fake images of her that were AI generated. Like that's disgusting. Obviously, fuck those people for participating.
And that's criminal, I think, in my view. Yeah, I think
Oh, for sure. But I mean, so is just like cyberbullying in general. I mean, if they had been circulating real nude images of her online, that also would have been just as fucked up in my opinion, and also deeply immoral and unethical. I think the AI part of it just I don't really like get as worked up about. I don't know. It just seems like fearmonger. It just seems like all these people that are like reacting to this new technology and kind of blowing out of proportion what it's actually going to do when this stuff already exists. Like I said, I could fucking make a more realistic nude image of Taylor Swift on Photoshop than these stupid AI ones that are going around, and no one's saying we should regulate Photoshop out of existence when it has the same capabilities. So I don't know. I just feel like it's a little bit of an overreaction from people that are just learning about and getting freaked out about artificial intelligence. And I'm not trying to downplay the trauma that people like Taylor Swift and other female celebrities who suffer from this go through. I just think that's already part of being a celebrity. Yeah, if you're a celebrity, there is a chance your nudes are going to get leaked. Ask fucking Jennifer Lawrence 12 years ago. There is a chance that people are going to make gross fan art of you.
Millions of dollars. I read an article one time that was like, I can't remember if it was like for The Cut or something. Maybe it was Vulture or something, but it was like, dude, like, do you know how much money she could have gotten paid as a fucking Oscar, like Academy Award winning actress to show her boobs on screen for the first time? Like somebody just robbed her of like $1 million. She should be able to sue that guy for retribution. And I was like, honestly, bro, if you do like, and I don't think anybody would deny that like fucking hacking into somebody's iCloud and leaking their personal information to the public is a crime. And like, obviously they should be able to sue you for that. And so I hear what you're pointing out, right? Like we should punish somebody that like, so if I like, let's say I made a, like, I'm a fucking, pipsqueak 15-year-old fucking boy, and I make a bunch of fucking fake images with Photoshop of like the girls in my class and like, find lookalikes online and like, make videos of them like, being, like raped or like fucking like, getting, gang banged or something. Like you would regulate that the same way that you would regulate the AI image version of it. And I think that's totally reasonable. I think that the only thing that I was hammering down on is that we would both say that like, that's a fucking crime to like abuse somebody in that sense, especially when it's, I'm not saying when it's Taylor Swift, but for me, I'm like thinking about like, oh, if I'm the superintendent for a school district, like obviously you can't let kids do that, or you can't let, that happen to a student, or God forbid, if you're an adult that's making that kind of content about a child, or like, a regular,
that should be illegal for sure. Yeah,
for sure. Then I think we're on the exact same page, because you're right. Yeah. Like basically the AI only makes it like easier for people to do. It doesn't make it so you're able to do it, because I bet you're right. Like you use Photoshop really well. For anybody who doesn't know, Gavin does our fucking thumbnails. He does a great job. And we'll definitely give his feedback to anybody who makes thumbnails if you'd like to ask for something. Anyway,